Day one, greetings, greetings. It is indeed my pleasure to welcome you to another episode of Heartside Confections. I'm Ukedibi, Dr. Wanyoha Usimere. It is my joy and joy to be walking along amongst the living and inhaling and exhaling. I just want to introduce myself to those of you who don't know me. I am the spiritual leader of Achieving International. I'm a professor at University of Phoenix. I teach MBA courses. I am a clinical life coach. I'm the president of the African Women Economic Consortium. I'm an author and a public speaker. I just do a whole lot of things that just keep me excited about being in this world. You know, you can shrink into greatness, so you've got to be out there. Even if it's not outside because of COVID, you can do a lot of things from the internet and also, keep yourself busy. So I am very excited to be part of life. It is my joy and pleasure to introduce my co-host, Dr. Imani. Hello, Dr. Imani. How are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I don't know about where you are. It's not sunny here, so it's appropriate that we are sitting by the fireplace, to have this conversation. Dr. Imani, for those of you who don't know, is a Harvard-trained health educator. She's an author. She's a public speaker. She's she who must be obeyed. So a loving daughter to her parents. She's in Virginia taking care of them at the moment. So, you're priceless, I'm sure, to them. So it is my pleasure to welcome you to Heartside Confections. Welcome.
Good morning, Dr. Simri. It's a pleasure to be here. It is sunny in Virginia Beach today, and it's such a blessing to it's still a little chilly, but it is
sunny. Is it?
So,
yeah, it's chilly here, very chilly. And isn't that interesting? You and I are dressed in the colors of the fireplace. How appropriate. Yeah. And we did I want people to know we didn't coordinate this. This was just
not coordinate.
But it is imperative that we be excited about life, join life, be a part of the joy that people see on a daily basis. If people don't see you, you see yourself. Present yourself in a manner that excites you and makes you want to continue to be here, huh?
Mm-hmm.
The topic today is exciting to me because we do have life is happening to us. Welcome. I want to welcome Mokedi Charles Ugochukwu. Thank you so much for joining us today. The topic is life, living a spiritual life. We don't know it, but each day that we have breath is living a spiritual life. And people ask, so what is life? Oh my God, there's so many explanations of life. It all depends on what you embrace, your understanding, and it's perfectly okay. To me, life is a mystery to be discovered, and that's why I go back and look at my ancestors. What was life to them? How did they see life? How were they a part of life? And you can learn from how they related to life. You can make that part of your repertoire. You can make that part of what you use to go through this thing called this journey, this life, because you are not alone. Sometimes you find that some things that you experience, somebody already experienced it. It didn't just start with you. That's the mystery of life. You can go back and see what other people have done or have seen and how they addressed it. Life is a mystery, and we are all part of that mystery. Some of the things that we see that we don't even pay attention to, that's all part of what makes life a mystery. That's all part of what we discover. I was at a coffee shop one time. I don't remember exactly when, but I was at a coffee shop and I saw this woman, a beggar. She was begging for food. And as I sat there and I was drinking my coffee, I was just staring at her, sitting there. She wasn't bothering anyone. But I saw life around her moving the cars, the people walking up and down, people going to work, and all of that sort of thing. That's all part of life. She fit in. She is part of that life. What I was soaking in wasn't just all those people that were moving. Even her, where she was parked, was part of the experience. It was part of life. We are all, if you took a snapshot of each of us, wherever we are, everything around us, we are part of that. Have you ever looked at a picture? Have you ever been outside and you take a picture? Look around that picture. You may have snapped a bird. You may have snapped a tree, a flower. You melded into that picture. You're part of that mystery. We shouldn't be afraid of life and what we can discover. The mystery, unfolding of the mystery of life is you being a part of it. Do some things that you ordinarily wouldn't have thought about doing. Say some things that you may not have thought about saying. Buy some things that you needed to buy, but you thought against it. Do things that are different. That's part of that mystery. How you unfold it is being a part of it. So the mystery of life is not really that much of a mystery. You're in it every day. When you walk out of the house, you become a part of life. When someone else sees you, they see part of life. Even the challenges that comes upon us, because life is a journey. Life is a mystery and also a journey. Each one of us, every step you take, you're moving through the life's journey. Even challenges, bad things that happen to you, that's part of your journey. You don't quit because something happened midway through this journey. You learn from it, you use it, and go to the next level. Life is not a destination, it's a process. You just go, just stand by the river. The river just goes round and round and round. There's no destination because it just gives. That's who you are. That's what your life is about. Even things that really offend and frustrate you, all those things build you up. You learn from it. Muscles. I say to I remember when my children were little, I would tell them, flex your muscle, flex it. So whatever happened, you just taught you how to flex muscles, build your muscles. Don't stop living because life happened. Because it's a journey. Move along with it. Don't quit on life because something new happened. On this journey, you know what, Dr. Manny, that's one of the reasons why I say to people, don't ask a child, what are you going to be when you grow up? Don't do that. Right. Because life is a journey. We don't know what that child, through the journey, what may really hold interest for that child, and he say, this is what I want to be. I look at my daughter, my youngest girl. She is getting ready to start her PhD in environmental microbiology. What was that? We were not even thinking that. But in her journey, she's seen some things that made her say, my oldest girl. I never thought she'd be a chef, boyardee. I'm a chef of all chefs. Now she's got her television show to prepare these exotic meals. Life will present itself. Just be willing to go with the flow. Don't panic over life happening to you. Dr. Manny.
We're spiritual. We are spirits having a human experience, so it really is a journey, and some say there's a master plan and we should be figuring out what it is we're here to do. That's why you shouldn't ask children, because many of us forget, what it is we're here to do. So we experiment with different things. We experience different things. We learn the lessons. We take the lessons with us. We don't just get defeated and down because something doesn't work. Most of the major artists and creators and scientists, they had more things that didn't work than that did, but those things that worked, brought them fame and fortune in some cases, but they didn't stop trying to figure out what it is they're supposed to be bringing to the world. And that's so important. We can't live in a way of feeling defeated, living in, a particular political party and just being totally, attached to the dogma of that party. We have lives to live that
And,
can.
and people talk about life is painful. Talk about that.
Yeah, well, I always say everyone is dealing with something, and my pain is my pain. My pain is my thing that I have to work with. And it's really not so much the source of your pain, but it's what you think about it and how you manage through that that's really going to define your character.
Mhm.
People will see you as somebody who just grumbles and complains and woe is me. I've had people like that on Facebook, and after a while I just cut them off, because who wants to, you offer solutions and you try to assist them, and you realize that they're really stuck in their pain. They're really enjoying, if you can, whatever it is that's most debilitating them, and making them weak and making them sad, as opposed to them figuring out how to turn it around and be positive and bring light and bring sunshine to their lives. And what we focus on grows. So if we've got a particular bad thing that has happened in our life, and we just constantly focus on that. Oh, I shouldn't have, I wouldn't have, I could have, I should have. And that thing just keeps growing, and while you're in that, you're missing all of the opportunities to grow. I created I'm also an author, and a writer, and I created a calendar of inspirational sayings back in 2014. And one of them was, "This too shall pass." And I took the word pass as an acronym, and it spells out to mean prove to be an amazing story of survival. And I wanted to just share a little bit from that. Whatever you're going through or whatever you went through, just know that it will pass. Don't just let it pass, however, learn the lessons. Take it with you, grow from the experience, release any pain and anger. Let the experience make you stronger, more determined, more to move forward in a glorious way, creating great things for you and everyone whose life that you touch. Don't just survive the experience, thrive and choose life. This whole discussion is about life. Write down your victories, tell your story so that other people can benefit. Don't get stuck in your pain, because this too shall pass. And how we respond to that thing is going to make all the difference in our lives and in other people's lives.
And boy, is life beautiful.
Yeah.
Life is beautiful.
It is.
Sometimes we just to talk about that, because you and I talked about, you gave me some really good tips on that. Life being beautiful.
Well, it is. Again, we're spirits moving through this thing with the physical experience. I have another saying also from the calendar: the sun is always shining above the clouds. You ever go on a trip and it's pouring rain? So many times I've had to fly out and it's raining, thunderstorm, whatever, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's raining. I hate traveling in the rain. And as soon as the plane takes off and goes over the clouds, voila, you're back in the sunshine again. It's like, oh, okay, that's right. I almost forgot that the sun was shining up there, and I'm focusing on the clouds. Life is beautiful. Stop and breathe. Stop and see the flowers. Go out into nature. Look at the plants, look at the animals, just be still and breathe. One of the things when I was teaching at the DeKalb County Jail, one of my favorite jobs ever in life, and then managing all of the education programs, was to teach a meditation to the detainees. Teach them to relax and to breathe. And I found that they came up with better solutions to their lives just by realizing the beauty in life, realizing that there's a lot more, that was just a moment for them to pause and think about moving forward, not even lamenting on what they may have done to get them there, but to think about all the beautiful things in life that are still waiting for them, their children, their mates, jobs, things that they wanted to create. We had people who were singers, who were hip hop artists, who were, had so many things that they wanted to do to share beauty in life. So I think it's important, just close your eyes for a second and think about a baby smiling. Think about a newborn puppy or a newborn kitten if you're into kittens. Think about children running around a pool and then holding their nose and jumping in. You can't help but smile at thinking about that. Think about an elderly couple swing dancing, and it doesn't matter what race, ethnicity, religion they are. You see them and it makes you smile because they're enjoying life. They're sharing their love, their beauty with everyone. So I just, there's no shortage of beauty in the world. As you travel, I love traveling, and you go to different places throughout the world. You see the mountains, you see the oceans, you see the sun setting, over the ocean. Most beautiful thing you ever wanted. If you're near an ocean, go there early in the morning and see the sun rise over the ocean. It's
Mm.
such well, I guess that's East Coast mainly, but but wherever, you just, there's so many opportunities to take in the beauty that's there and to make you smile. And that raises our energy, it raises our vibration. So
That's right. That's right. That's right. And one of the things that when somebody says to me, "What is life?" I say, "Life is a joke." Life is a joke. I think we take life so seriously. Somebody said this and that to us, and then we take it to heart and we get all carried away and then we mope about it. Life is a joke. Laugh at it because, as I said earlier, everything in life, everything you see, people you walk in, that part of that tapestry called life. That's part of the tapestry of the mystery of life. And all of them have a role to play. Some of them positive, some of them negative. Some of them will rub you the wrong way. Some of them will make you laugh. So, but life is a joke. Laugh it off, people. Don't take it so seriously. I remember when I was a child, my name is Uwa. Uwa is the world. Well, it's a short form of my name is Uwa. Actually, it's Uwa Nwakwa. The world doesn't listen to people who whine. Go out there and make a difference. That sort of thing. So when I was a child, I was going to school and kids would call me all sorts of names. I never understood. I thought I was a good kid. I would never bothered anyone. As a matter of fact, I was quite shy as a little person. But they would be calling me all these names. And and the path leading to the school, you see the kids lined up, they wait for me to come. I never understood why. They wait for me to come and they're screaming, Mamuwa, Mamuwa, that's the mother of the world. I couldn't have been more than 9. So I would freeze out of fear, out of embarrassment. Why are all these people crowding around me and calling me this? I'm just a kid. Why are they calling me Mamu and all that stuff? And I cried to my father, and my father said, laugh, laugh with them. Do not allow the names they're calling you to become the source of your anxiety. Laugh with them. Laugh. So you know what? I said, okay, well, here goes. Let's laugh like that said. And then when they started saying, Mamu, I said, yeah, that's me. I'm your mama. you know, I just started just laughing with them. After a while, it wasn't fun for them anymore. Because now I'm walking up there with my hands up and saying, yeah, that's me. The queen is coming. That sort of thing. So the original intention was to traumatize me, make me feel bad. But it stopped working because, like my dad said, laugh with them. Laugh with the world. If they call you names, laugh with them. You see what I'm saying? Laugh with them. People would look. Misery loves company. Understand that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you're doing better than anybody else, they may try to undercut your happiness. So laugh. Don't focus on the negative. It will be coming at you. You know, people, particularly if you're making it in life, if it seems like you're climbing, they'll be throwing stones at you, trying to hold you down. But you see, it only works if you allow that. It only works if you internalize it. It only works if you're peeking out the window to see who's watching you. It only works if you started your day with a mindset that it's going to be a wonderful day. But when you get out there, they start calling you names and saying all kinds of things. Then what happens? You fall apart. Laugh when they mock you. Laugh at the world. Be the joke. It's okay. Laugh at yourself as the joke. How many of you remember that show, Candid Camera, the Candid Camera,
Oh, yeah.
right? They said, laugh. You on Candid Camera. Every single day we're on Candid Camera. Pretend you're on Candid Camera. You are the star.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let people bring you down. That is what life is. You know, life is a song. Sing. I love to sing in the shower. Never mind, my voice is not the very best, but I love to sing. You know why? Because singing does something to your spirit. If you walk into a room and you're the only one there, you don't know anybody, and you start humming, believe it or not, it gives you a sense of confidence. You gain confidence by just singing and humming. Just start humming, and people around you may look at you and all of that. If anybody had a negative thought or had any intention to start anything, the fact that you are humming and you're not interested in whatever they have, your opinion does not matter.
Right.
They leave you alone. Hum. When you were in your stomach, that's when the lyrics of your song was written. Huh? So when you came out, start singing it. What is it going to be? What the lyrics of your life? What is it going to be?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to take a moment and say, let's see, that's Maya. Maya says laughter is best medicine. She's been greeting. She knows you, obviously, Dr. Mani. She's been
Oh,
greeting you.
yes.
Welcome, Maya. Good to see you.
Yes.
And I'd like to welcome Nosa Faratu. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us. Let's see, somebody else here. This is Charles. It says, this is an interesting show. Thanks, Dr. Wa and Dr. Mani, for teaching us how to live a happy life. I love it. There's a song by Timaya. He said, this life, I can't kill myself. 2 times. I'm not sure. I use it to make myself happy. That's right. Make yourself happy.
Right.
Nobody's gonna do it for you. Oh my God, Dr. Mani, let me tell you. When I say life is a song, have you ever heard a Titi Hoya? Have you ever heard a bird called Titi Hoya? It's usually seen in South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Why is the Titi Hoya a significant bird? The song it sings, when you hear it, it's so sweet. It just does something to you. You just want to move about. You don't want to sit still. Sing your song. Get out the door singing. Get in the car singing. When somebody's talking some foolishness, start singing. Write your own lyrics. Sing to it wherever you are. Life is a song. Sing it, y'all. Dr. Mani.
Sing it and dance.
And dance. Yeah,
I was watching something on Facebook and it said, what is one song that makes you get up and dance? And one of those songs for me is Everybody Dance Now. And
yes.
I found it showed different people dancing to that song. And I was just in here in my room dancing. We were all kind of staying home, not going out, not doing much. And I'm like here dancing around the house. And it just felt so good. The other thing is life is a flower. Smell it, and they say take time to smell the roses. Smell gardenias. They have a stronger, nicer smell to me than roses do. But there's a whole, and I'm into health and wellness. There's a whole there's a whole way of healing that uses aromatherapy tinctures from different flowers and herbs and even the bark of certain trees, and they have medicinal powers. I had one time I had a headache, and it was really bothering me, and I took one of my oils, and it said put it by your temple, and it'll cure your headache. I mean, the headache was gone in like 5 minutes. I was like, wow, there's so many things we can do naturally to promote life. So the piece about smelling life relates to everything. Relates to the food that we eat, the places that we go, odors in the bathroom. I mean, the life is about taking it all in. So we
Yes.
can do a lot for our health by what we eat. The exercise, meditation, all of that. It's all connected. I
Mhm.
think that's one of the points you're making earlier about life. We're all connected.
Mhm.
Everything is one, and it's really just an illusion of separation.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, I think there's the smelling the roses. There's the fact that life is just good. It's just wonderful. We're here to enjoy it. We're
Yeah.
here to make a difference. I saw a quote once, and it said, understand that the things that you have to do, and of course they're really relating to things that take patience, that take hard work, that take endurance, that take perseverance, all of that. But those things that we have to do, look at them as things that we got to do or that we get to do.
Mhm.
I'm here helping out my parents. That's a blessing to be able
Yes.
to
Oh my
get
God,
to
yes.
support them. And I mean, I can, there are moments where I'm like, oh my goodness, and just, it gets a little frustrating. But the fact that I have chosen to do this is such a important part of my life experience, because I get to do this. I get
Yes.
to support them.
Absolutely.
They supported me all of my life,
Absolutely.
and that's the beauty of being able to do things. I mean, just
And
go ahead, go ahead.
also, and then when you talk about, I just you sent a picture. I saw a picture of you and your family, your
Mhm.
parents, and you standing behind them and smiling.
Yeah,
And the joy I saw in their faces was not just the joy of being there in front of the camera. It's the fact that this person behind us is the reason why we smile. You may not know that's why they are smiling, or perhaps you do
right.
know, but
Well,
you're part of that tapestry that holds them together.
yeah.
They smile because of you.
And
They
I
smile
smile
when you,
because of them.
yeah, yes, of
We
course.
we have each other's backs. That's right.
Yes, like life is beautiful that way. Everything, even the things that we see that are not good, that are yucky, it's all part of it. It's all part of your senses. It tells you what to like and what not to like.
Right.
If the bad is not there, how would you know what's good? So you take it all.
Right.
Even when you walk out, there's nothing I love more, even though I may not stop to buy the food, but I love to go by where they have uh, restaurants. Just the smell. That's
Yeah.
my, the smell in the air, all the different fragrances.
Yes.
That is what makes it,
Mm-hmm.
powerful
Mm-hmm.
and spiritually, uh, uh,
Mm-hmm.
um, what's the word I'm looking for? Empowering, if you will. Now, the other thing is life is light.
Mm-hmm.
Life is light.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about the light that we see when we open our windows, because some people don't even embrace that. Some people close that. Some people are so angry about something, about life, that they don't want the sunshine coming in. But notice what happens when you allow yourself to be exposed to the sun. When you really allow yourself to be exposed to the sun, even if it's cold outside, just the fact that it's sunny is warms your heart. But it's not just the sun, it's you. You are part of the light. You know that song that says, "This little guiding light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine." You are the light of the world.
That's right.
People may not say it to you, but you are. There's nothing more exciting than somebody who's full of life and light walking into the room. It's
Yeah.
like everybody turns around. Oh, she's here. Oh, he's here. Because it's the light.
It's the
He's
light.
positive. He brings goodness to wherever he is or wherever she is. And then there's some people when they come into a room, it's like, oh my God, oh my God. You know, those are people who don't let their light shine.
Right.
We are light.
Right.
We must let our light shine. This is what we're here for.
Right.
This is what we're here. Our joy comes from letting, our light shine. And our lives are so precious. Life is so precious. For there is, I love, what's her name? She's a public speaker. Imani, I mean,
That's
oh,
me.
not it. Well, I love your
You're
good
another
too.
speaker.
Yeah, there's another speaker. I can't think of her name. Yala Vanzant.
Yeah.
Yala Vanzant.
Yes.
I love Yala Vanzant.
Yeah.
There was a show that she did, and I just kind of picked that up because once she walked into the room, she said to everybody, "All right, let's go. This is going to be a participatory event. We're going to stand up. We're going to clap. We're just going to be grateful that we did not get burned up today." Many people didn't see this day, and here you are. Is that good? I love it. I want you all to tell. I mean, she got everybody walked into the room and she got everybody all excited. I even picked up on that. I love to use that because it gets people going. We are the light.
Yeah.
Don't focus so much on the things that are wrong
Mm-hmm.
because guess what? They will be there. With or without you, bad things will be there. But don't focus, don't let your life be all about those negative experiences.
That's right.
Even those negative experiences, they are okay. Life is precious. Do something with it. What are you going to do today? And the tube is okay, the television is okay, but you're wasting your life just spending 24 hours watching the news and all the negativity or all that sort of thing. Sometimes you just got to find something to do that will bring joy, not just to yourself,
Right.
but to other people. Pick up the phone. I mean, there are just some people you don't want to be bothered with. I know that. But there are some people who would love to hear from you, genuinely like to hear from you. I have a friend that always told me she's no longer with us. She didn't make it to ancestorhood, but she's on her journey. She died at 63. So she's still on that journey. And she was always full of life. I was in court the day she died. I was doing jury duty, and they called me and told me that Chief Emezue had passed away. She had traveled to Nigeria with us. Always positive. Always positive. You call her and she'll say, "So why are you complaining?" But you've got a complaint. You want to feed her. You want her to be in your corner. You want her to see your pain and your confusion. And she says, "What's the problem? Did you know so and so died yesterday? Did you know so and so didn't eat yesterday? You can do all of that. You are inhaling and exhaling. You have breath and you want to call me with some nonsense." She says, "When you feel better about who you are in life, call me back." She'll drop the phone on you. I didn't know she had cancer. Until she died, I did not know she died of cancer, that she had cancer. Because she said she was light. Life is precious. I'm not going to waste it with you guys being sorry for me. Huh?
Right.
I'm not going to let you be sorry for me. I'm going to move my mind and my body in the perfecting presence of Chineke. I am going to be happy. Don't waste your. I just say this to my brothers and sisters out there who are listening to us.
Mm-hmm.
Don't waste your time on inconsequential things. Don't waste your time worrying about things that, as God always works that magic, will disappear tomorrow. Focus your mind more on things that will give you joy, bring people joy, make your life worth it.
Life is a gift. Life is
Yes,
a
it
gift.
is.
we are here. As I said, this body is a gift. Take care of your body. Eat the right foods. Get the
Mm,
exercise. Take
yes,
the walk. Share with your family, with your friends. Our children are a gift. Our parents are a gift. Our friends that we meet, even if they're not blood relations. Dr. Osimiri is a gift to me. I couldn't ask for a
you
better
are to me. Yes, indeed.
business partner and somebody who we can have those hard conversations. Some people, you get to an impasse or you have an issue and then you don't hear from them again. We would
Hmm.
never do that, because we understand that we are gifts to each other.
To each
And
other.
that, certainly as friends, we can accomplish a lot more than trying to do things by ourselves. Doing things by ourselves it's very hard. It's very difficult. So you need friends, you need family, you need people that you can count on. You need people to have your back when times are hard, or when you're not quite sure which way to go, what's the next step to make. We need each other. So life is a gift, and just love life, love every part of what you're going through. Because as Dr. Simri said, is life is a journey. It's not a destination. And we go through things, we learn the lessons, we pick ourselves up, we keep going, we learn some new lessons, and we get stronger through all of that. Lord knows there are so many things that I wish I hadn't gone through or hadn't done, but they were all part of my journey. So I don't regret any of them. I don't regret any of the relationships that went sour or whatever, because they were there to teach me things.
That's
And
right. And you learned.
I learned, and you
That's
keep
the thing, Dr. Mani. There's a difference between being taught something and learning.
true.
So many people are being taught things and they're not paying attention enough to learn
Right.
from what life is presenting,
Yeah.
you know?
Mhm. Mhm.
Now, the other thing that life to me is unlimited. Would you agree?
Oh,
Life is
absolutely.
unlimited. It's
Absolutely.
unlimited. Don't put limits on yourself. Just because it's not happening right now doesn't mean it will not happen.
Mhm.
You know, take a chance, take a gander, pack your bag. Yes, there's COVID. Yes, we know that. Pack your bag
That's right.
or just fill the tank
Mhm. Right.
and just drive. Just drive through the long roads that cut through the woods. Just see life. And while you're doing that, think about the possibilities. Think about some of the things you have not done yet to be discovered.
Yes.
Don't limit yourself to where you are. Somebody says, "Oh, Dr. Osimiri, you're doing so many things," because I'm not limiting myself.
Right.
There's something in my language we say, "Onya dinoma" or dinoma. That means if you're not great in one thing, as long as you don't limit yourself, you find something you're great in.
Right.
As long as it brings you joy, don't limit yourself. That's what this life is all about. It's open to you. You can't worry about what somebody has said or somebody's going to do. Just do it. And if you haven't done it, Dr. Mani, take a moment when the weather is nice. Go to the river. This place there's a lot of rivers.
Mhm.
Take a small container and pour libations. Just go and step into that water and just stand in the water and just focus on that water.
Mhm.
And you see, it would appear that it's moving. Have you ever experienced that? Have you?
No.
No? Oh, you haven't experienced that. Do that. Go to the river. Just stare at the river. After you pour your libations and give thanks for
Mhm.
your life, you have to,
Mhm.
and thank the ancestors, because if it wasn't for them, you and I would not be here. And that's one thing we all seem to forget. We got to thank those who laid the foundation.
Mhm. Mhm.
When you stand in the river, I ask all of you to do it. It is mind blowing. You stand in the river. No, don't go too far. Just to your feet and just focus. It looks like you're moving with the river.
Interesting.
Try it. And
Wow.
I bet you will be amazed. Some of you may have experienced it, but you stand there and stare at that river, and it seems like the river is carrying you. Once your mind focuses, what an adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Just think about where the river is taking you. Life
Mm-hmm.
is unlimited. Dare to dream.
Dare to dream. Try
Dare
new
to,
things.
yeah,
Yeah.
fail. Dare to dream. Dare to fail. You can fail, but you can also succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Les Brown says it's not about how you fall. It's when you fall, try falling on your back. Look up. Because if you can look up, you can get back up.
That's right.
Nothing stifles us but our minds. Look like you have something to add to that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's life is about love and about giving and sharing.
Yes.
You know, one of my favorite things that I love teaching is the Ho'oponopono, an ancient
Mm-hmm.
Hawaiian practice for resolving conflicts.
Yes.
And it's I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Of all of those, the I love you is the most powerful frequency on the earth, on the planet. It has the highest vibration. You know,
Mm.
so many people just never say I love you to anybody, especially themselves. You've got to, you know, love starts inside of you, you know, so you've got to be able to one of the things I learned was, you know, you have to see God or the divine in yourself, but you have to see it in the person sitting across from you too.
That's
Even
right.
if you have different views, different politics, different religion, you know, we're all a manifestation of the divine. You know,
Mm.
and that's all about love. It's all about sharing, putting out what you want to receive back. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and the more you put it out, and as Faratu is saying, stay positive, and positivity will manifest, and it will also return back to you. You
Yeah.
know, but we're here to love. There's a person that I listen to once a week, and he said something about love. He said, you know, sometimes you're going to come up with people who are very adamant in their opinion, which may be totally counter and contrary to yours. And he
Mm.
said, you know, just say, I love you for being the incredible, divine being that you are. Thank you for being who you are and for being in this life, as opposed to coming back with force.
Mm-hmm.
Do that. Why
Mm-hmm.
go up against somebody who you know is different from you, who you know has different opinions, when you can just meet them with love? Because that breaks down all the defenses. You know, is you meet them as a lover, you accept them and recognize them as a loving being, as someone who's not disconnected from yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because the whole thing of this being disconnected and being separate, it's just an illusion. We're all connected. So I think, you know, like I said, love is the highest vibration, and this life is an opportunity to share love. And
Mm.
one thing that really sticks out for me is the fact that family and close friends were put here with us to practice love. And
Yes.
it's unfortunate that we often turn on people that we are closest to. You know, we fuss with them, we don't trust them, we put out negativity, and it's like, wow, we're failing. You know, as a society, we're failing because so many families are falling apart. This one's not talking to this one doesn't like this one has an attitude with this one. What's the point? You know, I mean, it really is an opportunity, and it touches a nerve because it affects all of us. I'm not exempt from that. It affects all of us, you know, and we all have to try harder to look past the differences, look past the conflicts, and and just pour out love to that person. It'll come back. It'll definitely come back. So I
And but one thing, thank you so much for that input there. One of the things that's very, very important as well is sometimes people need space. Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Now I can. It seems like you're kind of breaking up and
I see a still screen, but I can hear you. I can hear you fine.
okay. I'm not sure if that's what everybody else is experiencing.
Now it now it
Um,
now it seems to be
it
okay.
has cleared it.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things that's very, very important also is Everybody deserves to have joy in their lives, right? You sometimes have to know what doesn't bring you joy. You
Mm-hmm.
don't fight it, you just let it go. Because there are some people that come into your life for a reason. But some of that, sometimes it's not because you had anything to do with it. Some of them came as family members, and you had nothing to do with that. Some of them come as friends. Some of them come as just individuals that you do work with or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The important thing is for you to know when to kind of put a little distance between you and let it kind of calm down. Fighting and arguing and putting yourself in a position where you're going to be fighting each other. Thank you for sharing. I heard you. Good day.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yes.
sometimes you have to make that space, even it's good for you and that individual.
Mm-hmm.
But never feel that a relationship has to be forced. Oh God, here I go. I got to be a part of it. No, you don't.
Right. Right.
You
No.
have to sometimes pick and choose when that coming together happens. Because if you keep forcing it and it doesn't yield anything positive, it's not good for them and it's not good for you.
Yeah.
You see, there's something, a little story I want to tell, if you bear with me. This is very important because this was how um, a, a Buddhist monk, okay, explained to people, to a young man, how to look at life differently. Because in life, there's a tendency for us to look at those who we think are doing things to us or taking from us. So there's a story of a young man who went up to the mountains to ask for help, to understand life. What is this life about anyway?
Mm-hmm.
So when he went up there, the Buddhist monk asked him what he was doing there. He said he was there to find out about life. And he was told that all I have to do is go to you and you tell me what life is all about. Really, he said. He said, well, okay, very well. I'll take you down the mountain and I'll show you what life is all about. So they went to the river, and the river was quiet and absolutely gorgeous. He says, I want you to stay here and look at this river. And after a while, I want you to come back up to that mountain and tell me what life that river has taught you about life. Well, he thought it was a rather ridiculous. What am I supposed to learn about life from this river? Well, for one thing, it was tranquil. So I guess that's where you start. Life is really tranquil if you look at the peace in it, right? And that water is supposed to teach him about the tranquility of life. So when the monk went up the mountains, he decided that he was going to capture this river and show the monk what he learned. So he went and bought some art, a canvas and everything, and he went by the river and he started painting it. Oh, how wonderful it was. It was so still and just gorgeous. He started painting. Then all of a sudden, the monkeys jumped from the trees inside the water, started splashing about. Oh my goodness, he thought, how awful. These horrible monkeys. He tried to chase them away, but they wouldn't go away. They stayed in the water and were splashing. And he decided, well, I guess I'll come back the next day because the monk said, I can come after 3 days. So the next morning, he came a little bit earlier to bypass the monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
Except when he came, after a while, here came the crocodiles and the monkeys. My goodness, all the splashing, the crocodiles wanted to eat the monkeys. The monkeys were mocking the crocodiles, flying all over the place. So it was a mess. He says, oh, I can't capture the quietness, the stillness of the water. I'll do it the next day. So the next day, he came even a little bit earlier. When he got there, this time there were all kinds of animals splashing about and what have you. Finally, he gave up. That's the third day. So he went up to talk to the monk, and he said, well, did you find out about life? Did the river teach you about life? He said, no, actually, it was tranquil initially, but all these animals and everything just pumped in, and I was trying to capture it on canvas and show you, but they messed it all up. So I really didn't learn anything. He says, yes, you did, but you weren't paying attention. You see, life teaches us, but we sometimes don't pay attention to learn what we are supposed to learn. He says the river was tranquil. Yes, when you first went there. But that's life. That's how it starts when you get out of the house. There you run into people. That, that, that river, all those people in the river, all those things in the river, the river is life. They are taking advantage of life. They're swimming in life. You, on the other hand, you want to stand by the river and paint it and complain about other people blocking you in life. Life requires that you're a part of it. You have to be in it. You can't complain about it. Take what is good, the bad, and the different, but be a part of it. You cannot shrink into greatness. You've got to be a part of life. So all those things that you run across as you are enjoying life, you take them for what they are. Don't complain about it. Take what you will, those you want. Get away from the alligators. Certainly, you don't want to be bitten because they're out there. But for most importantly, what he was saying is that we are all a part of life, and everything that you see in life is all part of what makes this life what it is. Either you're a part of it or you hide in the closet. That you cannot shrink into greatness. You can't shrink into life. You have to be a part of life. I've never forgotten. It's not, yes, this is from Alvin Evis, Imani Rivera. She says, yes, life is not expected a sport. You cannot stand by the wayside and say, look at what they're doing. But you're not contributing anything. You're not part of it. You have to be a part of life. You want to say something, Dr. Mani?
Oh, that was 1,000 thoughts ago. It was, but yeah, I mean, you can't be a spectator. We're all here. We're all in it. We're all in it to win it, and again, we're connected. And that was one of the stories I got from the river. We're all connected. We're all here together to make this thing happen. It's like a big play, and we've got a part in the play. And so, we can't be a spectator. We have to be in it, doing our role, doing our part, learning the lessons, contributing to life, moving forward, having to retreat sometimes and to meditate and get still so that we can get the downloads of what it is we're supposed to be doing, but that's the magic of this. You ever just be still and you're thinking about somebody and then the phone rings and it's that person? That's the energy. We are all connected.
That's right.
We laugh when it happens. Like, girl, you're gonna live a long time. That's what the old people say.
Yes.
But but we're all connected like that, and it's so beautiful. So with you, like what you're saying, I mean, we need to rise above the problems. We need to be positive. We need to be active. We need to take chances. We need to take risks. And explore things, go a new way. If you drive the same way every day, drive a different way, see a different neighborhood. It may be a little bit longer for your route, but there's a reason why you're supposed to try different routes and different things. Right. They help you to grow. They help you to learn. They help you to enjoy this thing called life. I'm just so enjoying this topic, Dr.
You know what, Dr. Mani, somebody just wrote here, this is Global Faith Ministries of Chisholm. It says, always approach life as if your cup is half full.
Yes.
That's right. Never approach life as if this is it. I'm where I'm supposed to be. No, you feel it. Keep by living. You raise the water level of your life.
Yes.
You cannot be at a standstill. You can't expect anything actually to happen to and for you if you're not engaged, if you're not participating. And I suppose that that is what we're talking about today. Life. What is life? Life is what we make it, but life waits for no one. Life is going to keep going with or without you, so that and another thing about life is loving yourself. In the morning, give yourself a big hug and in the mirror say, girl, I love you. I love you, are so sweet. Praise yourself, because people may not praise you. There's a proverb, African proverb that says, let me say that again. Dr. Bani, can you say that? Of course not.
No,
So
I
that's
can't.
okay. I'll teach you
I'll let you say it
that.
again.
It said, the lizard fell from a tree and hit the ground and looked around to see who saw that awesome feat. Nobody said anything. So he started going like this. He said, yeah, I'm bad. I'm all that. Yes. Because every time you see the lizard, but that's African cultural, that's our story. Every time you see the lizard is doing this, you always wonder, what did he achieve?
Right.
What did he do? Why is he proud? Sometimes if you want to take people off guard, carry a book. Carry some real thick books that, or on science or whatever. And they're gonna wonder, wow, what is she reading? Oh my God, what's that she got in her hand? Right? You don't limit yourself. Let the world see the possibility that you represent. That you're not, somebody's opinion about you must not be your reality. Define yourself. Don't step out that door and say, somebody said this and somebody said that. When somebody says something, you may want to just say, well, thank you for sharing. I heard you. And keep on moving. Keep it moving. Don't waste your time. Laugh if you have to. Now I want to end this program with this before Dr. Mani, and then you say what you have to say. There's an old man, and I always tell this story because this is very pertinent to all of us. An old man in my village that was very, very ugly. I hate to use the word ugly, but he was. He put the ugly in ugly. The man did not look good. And we, horrible children as we were teasing him. We teased him all the time. And it just like it was this guy with this Republican who got accosted at the airport. Do you know his name? What is his name? Lindsey Graham was at the airport and he got accosted. And I can't say that he didn't deserve it, but they put him through a thing, right? So they were all chasing after him and telling him that he's nobody, he's no good, he's this, that, and the other. That's what we were doing to this man. His name was Okojubo. Okojubo. We would tease him, we'd clap and make fun of him because he walked with a terrible gait. He was just an awful looking human being. But he would never not stop smiling. He always smiled. He always had a smile on his face, even as he's wobbling forward and we're teasing him, he's smiling. So finally we stopped him. Why is it you're always smiling? Why is it we're not impacting you? Why is it everything we're saying to you doesn't make you angry? And he turned around finally and he stopped. He says, but let me tell you why I don't stop smiling. Because you think you're greater than me, but you're not. And let me tell you why. If you're more beautiful than I am, then I'm uglier than you are. So we're even. If you're shorter than if you're taller than I am, then I'm shorter. We're even. If you're richer than I am, then I'm poor. You cannot be greater than me in every way. So I am the only reason why you can claim that you're more beautiful because I'm ugly, right? So we're even. Nobody's greater than us completely. If you're not great in one thing, you're great in another. That means that as we walk through our lives, let us remember that we are great in our own way. Somebody may be greater than us in one way, but we have something that we are greater than them. Reason to smile, reason to understand that we are part of this wonderful tapestry called life. And all we are charged with doing is to go out there and enjoy it. And that is my closing statement. Dr. Mani, what is yours?
The thought that I had earlier that had left me for a second was the famous poem. Originally, it was part of Nelson Mandela's, the Honorable Nelson Mandela's inauguration speech when he was being inaugurated as president in South Africa. But Our Deepest Fear, which is often attributed to Marianne Williamson, who is wonderful. I love her too. But our deepest fear is that we're inadequate, when in reality we are powerful beyond measure, and our shrinking to make other people feel better is not the way to go. And forgive me, because I used to know it by heart. But our shrinking is not good. It doesn't motivate people at all. So we need to stand in our power, do what it is we're doing for the world, have fun, be loving, be sharing, be giving. And again, as uh, Nosferatu was saying, put out the positivity, because it comes back to us
Yes, it
tenfold.
does.
When
Yes,
you
it does.
least expect it, the gifts and the abundance come to you just because of how you carry yourself in the world in a
Yes.
loving, positive way.
Yes. Thank you, all of you, for joining us. And we ask you to please go to Chism of Africa on YouTube and support us there by let's see, it's a Chiism of Africa YouTube channel. Please go there and subscribe. You can follow us on Facebook, Global Faith Ministries of Chiism, and our website is chiism.org. We want you to be a part of this family. You being here today, you've made yourself a part of a family. We'll never forget you. If we see you again, so be it. If we don't, you're in our hearts. And thank you so very much. Have a wonderful day. May God
Thank you.
bless you. Chineke zonund yagazie.